Well, we've been going along on a theme of eternity, heaven, life. And today we want to continue on that theme as we look back into the book of Job for a moment. And if you remember in the book of Job, those of you that have read it, or maybe you have never looked at Job's life and story, but Job was a righteous man, loved God, prayed for his family, lived right, and everybody knew it, and he had a reputation of being a man of God. In the midst of that challenge, the enemy came against him, and the Lord allowed some testing to come his way. Pretty extreme testing, more than most of us will ever face in our life. And then one day, Job lost all of his children. They were killed in a storm. Lost his material possessions as raiders came and stole all that he had. All kinds of stuff happened in one day. And as the news came in and he was dealing with the sudden, complete change in his life, where everything that was normal was gone. We read this account in the very first chapter of Job, in the 20th verse. Job stood up, tore his robe in grief, shaved his head, and fell to the ground to worship. Now, friends, I read that one verse and I'm like blown away at so many levels. That as we look at Job's response to the challenge, to the grief, to the life-altering moment that he was experiencing, where everything in his life was now different, and his reaction was one of grief, pain, but his response was worship. Now, we're going through a lot of stuff ourselves. I don't think any of us have gone through things like Job. I'm not saying none of us. Some of you may be facing things similar to Job. But whatever we're doing and whatever we're going through, we can grieve, we can feel loss, we can feel pain. But let's remember to worship. God has given us this day, regardless of the circumstances of life, whatever's going on. And I want you to know that as we worship God, I want you to hear in closing of today's devotional these following words. As Job fell to the ground in worship, this is what it says in verse 21. And he said, I came naked from my mother's womb. I'll be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken away. Praise the name of the Lord. The final word of that chapter is this. In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. Let's remember that. Let's worship today. Let's be the church.
Thank you so much for checking out today's Be the Church devotional. If you enjoy the ministry of our church, you can help us get messages like these out to your friends and family by sharing them to your social media. You can also help us financially by visiting our website, cfftucson.com/give. That page will give you steps on how to give via PayPal, how to text to give, or how to give through our app. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click on the little bell icon to get notifications of our new videos. Now, go and be the church.